you.
Hello.
We get it.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to No Coast Angling. We're at my house this morning and I'm going to show you guys how to make omelets. So thanks for watching, stick around. I'm sure you're going to learn something. So yeah, this morning I'm going to show you guys how to make omelets. I learned how to make omelets by just jumping in and doing it. I think people are afraid to do things because they don't know how to do it and they don't want to mess up. But I'll tell you one thing, if there's something that you can try and it's okay to mess up on, it's making an omelet. It's just eggs, vegetables, cheese. And if you mess it up, you can still eat it and it's still great. It may not look pretty, but it's edible. This is gonna be a great way to just maybe overcome a small fear that you have. And you can really impress your friends with making an omelet. When you have people over or you have guests, you can really, they'll be like, man, what the heck? Is this guy a chef? No, he's just a man that likes to cook eggs, but like in a delicious way. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna show you how to do it. It's super simple. Anybody can do it. Let's do it. Okay, so I'm not gonna tell you guys to buy any special equipment for this, but there are certain things that will make life easier. If I came to your house right now, I'm almost positive that with the stuff that you currently have, you would have everything it takes to make a decent omelet. Like I said, I'm not gonna tell you to go out and buy something special, but there is things that can make life easier. So like this right here, this being one, this holds my cutting board from sliding around all over, okay? First of all, you need a cutting board. This one is bamboo. Get something that's wood or something soft so you don't ruin your knives, right? Anyway, I use that, put this down, I'm ready to go. So the cool thing about an omelet is you can put whatever you want in it to make it taste however you want it to taste. You're gonna need eggs. That's not an omelet without eggs. And then I've got some bell pepper here. It's like half a bell pepper. Bag of cheese, of course. A tomato. Blackberries. No. So mushrooms. I've got, this is already diced ham ready to go. What else? We're gonna need some salsa for later. And sour cream. And then I also got this little jar of diced jalapenos. I think that's gonna do it. That is not gonna do it. I almost forgot the best part, guys. Butter. All right, so before I start cutting some veggies, this is what I got, a little non-stick pan. It's super basic, probably like less than $10 at Walmart. But I'm gonna get some heat on it. And we're gonna throw some butter in there, let that start melting down while we start chopping up some veggies. Probably doesn't take that much butter, but I like it nice and buttery, so we're gonna go with that. So of course the butter adds flavor, but the butter also does something else for us. It keeps the ingredients from sticking to the pan, even though it's non-stick. So when it's time to flip it, it'll flip really easy. So you can use just a regular cooking spray or even a little bit of like canola oil or vegetable oil. I just like butter because it tastes good. All right, so these mushrooms are already chopped, but I like them a little smaller. So I'm just gonna make them a little bit tinier. Again, you can put whatever you want in your omelet. If you wanna put in spinach or lettuce or carrots or whatever you want, you can put it in there. And then I like just a little bit of bell pepper. Just give me a little bit of flavor. I'm just gonna whack off a little, right? And then just, you know, you can leave it big, you can chop it up really small, however you wanna do it. I'm gonna put these in a separate bowl because these will go in the heat before like the mushrooms and the tomatoes do, because they'll break down. The mushrooms and the tomatoes will break down a lot faster than this will. In many cases, you can buy stuff that's already pre-chopped up or pre-cut. I literally spend a couple minutes cutting up all the vegetables that I need. Obviously, if you're cooking for more people, it might take you a little bit longer. So like on Sunday morning when I'm cooking for my whole family, I might spend 5 or 10 minutes prepping. But when you're just making an omelet for yourself, it's really pretty fast. And the other thing is, if you wanted to, you could cut all of this ahead of time, put it in like little baggies or Tupperware in your refrigerator, and then just pull it out as you need it. I mean, a lot of these vegetables, once they've been cut, they're gonna last for several days. So I'm gonna put these right in there, but you can load these things up. I mean, it's your creation. You can put whatever you want, whatever quantities, and really go nuts. Okay, so we got our vegetables cut. We've got butter in the pan already. It's already melted down. Really easy stuff. Okay guys, so here's the spread. I've got stuff, I put stuff in bowls so it's a little easier for you to see, but realistically, you could work right out of the package. This is already pre-diced ham. You can buy ham that's not diced up and cut it up yourself. It's a little cheaper that way, but this is already pre-diced, ready to go, which makes it very simple. I've got my jalapenos, my peppers, my tomatoes, my mushrooms, my cheese back there, and of course my eggs. So the first thing I need to do is I gotta break 2 eggs, and you can do this, I mean, you could do 2 to 3 egg omelet. I'm gonna break 2 eggs, get them in here, get them beat real good, and then we'll be ready to start cooking. First thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take like my harder vegetables. That's gonna be like my pepper. I'm gonna get that going. I'm trying to think what else you would, maybe like a cucumber, if you wanted a cucumber, or zucchini or something like that. Well, zucchini's pretty soft, but not something that has a lot of moisture in it like a tomato. Something that's a little bit harder. It's gonna take a little longer to kind of break it down. And you'll find the more and more that you make omelets, you might want your pepper to be a little bit crunchier or a little softer. Depending on how long you leave it on the heat is how much of that crispy texture you're gonna get. So then I'm also gonna take my ham, and I'm gonna get that going right here in the butter too. I'm gonna put it all in there. One of the other things that I don't have right now, but a lot of times I'll do bacon. I'll fry up bacon before, especially like a Sunday morning with the kids. They love bacon. I mean, who doesn't? I'll make bacon, and I'll even chop up bacon to put in the omelet, and then I'll use, instead of butter, a lot of times I'll use some of that bacon grease in the pan. It'll give you a lot of the flavor, and it'll also help keeping everything from sticking to the pan. So, but I'm gonna let these veggies just sit in here and kind of simmer and get nice and warm. Let the peppers start to break down a little bit. I like them a little crunchy, but not too crunchy. Woo! I don't know if you can hear that or not, but man, we got some nice little sizzle going. So I think we're about ready here. I'm gonna take my softer veggies, like right here. These are the chopped jalapenos. And then I've got, of course, my mushrooms and my maters. We're just gonna move those around. You can use the spatula. You can also, something that's fun, you can just do a little flip. I'm just folding it all together with the butter. I didn't go to like chef school. I didn't go to culinary school. I watched people cook. And I thought, wow, that looks really cool and easy, and it saves you time, and I'm all about saving time. And so I just learned how to do it. And if you mess up and make a mess, you just clean it up and you try again. It's real simple. So all I'm doing is throwing the pan forward, and when you stop it, you know how like when you're in the car and your kid's eating an ice cream cone and you pump on the brakes and they smash their face into it? I would never do that, but it like sends the food forward when you stop it. And as you curl it up, it'll kick it back. Boom. Just like that. So everything's getting really good and mixed together. Those flavors, I can just, oh, it smells amazing. Everything is just coming together. Okay, so we're there. I'm going to take my egg, right? I'm just going to pour it in. I'm kind of moving it around so it covers all the veggies. You want a nice even coat of egg, right? So all the vegetables in there, they're all covered up. You can see it's a little runny on top, but on those edges, it's already starting to cook really good. You can see it firming up. It's literally firming up. So I'm gonna keep this at kind of a low to medium heat because I don't want the bottom of the egg to get too hot while the top is still raw. or it's gonna burn the bottom. Yeah, so it's really getting cooked. You can see on the edges there. I'm gonna try to move this and let some of that juice, that egg, raw egg, kind of move. Now, as you can see, I have so many vegetables in here that the egg is having a hard time bonding everything together. So I'm gonna try to really firm this guy up before I go to flip it. This is also a really good time if you want to, just add a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now we're gonna flip this thing over. Okay, when you're flipping your omelet, you just wanna make sure that it moves around in the pan really well. But remember earlier when I was talking about how we flip the pan to get the ingredients to go? We're gonna do the same thing, but we're gonna do it with everything at one time. And it's basically one fluid motion. Once you go for it, you gotta commit. If you try to stop in the middle, chances are this is gonna make it halfway over, or it's gonna hit the side of the pan. And so it might take a little bit of practice, but really not as much as you think. It's not that hard. It's just a matter of people trying it. We just don't wanna try stuff because we're afraid of failing. If we decide that, you know what, there is no failure, there's only learning, I guarantee you, you'll nail this sucker. It's just all about just committing to it and going for it. So it's moving around, right? So I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna pop it, and I'm gonna catch it all at one time. Boom, just like that. Not that hard. So we're gonna put that back on the heat. So from here, we're gonna take our cheese. Again, this is your omelet the way you like it. So you can put as little or as much cheese as you want. Usually after I flip it, if you're at like a low to medium heat, and the time that it takes you to get it flipped over, grab your cheese, put cheese on it, you can usually count to like 30 and the other side is already cooked. I'm gonna take my spatula, I'm gonna come in on one side and just fold that dude over. Okay? So yeah, I'm gonna let that sit and let that cheese melt for a second. But it's basically done at this point. It looks pretty decent. I mean, it's, you know, it looks like it was made at home. So you know it's gonna be delicious. So then I'm gonna take my plate and right from the pan, you don't have to try to pick it out of there. Boom. So there you go. I'm gonna take my sour cream, a little bit of salsa, get that on there, boom, whoop. There it is, the perfect homemade omelet. Super simple, you can put whatever you want in it. It literally takes 5 minutes probably to make one of these, and you're only gonna get faster. So, cool way to wow your friends. Everybody loves omelets when they go out to breakfast, you know, they like a good omelet made by a chef at the country club with the little breakfast buffet. You have the ability to do this right in your own home. Super simple. So the only thing left to do is just try it. I like to so good. Let me know how things go in your kitchen. Let me know what you put in your omelet down in the comments. It's all the way, you gotta scroll all the way down past the other stuff. Go all the way down to the comments. Let me know what you put in your omelet. Let me know if you tried to make an omelet for the first time. Let me know if there's a way that I can do this better. Probably not, but that's okay. But yeah, I want to hear about your omelet. I want to hear about how you make yours. I want to hear about the first time you made an omelet. You know? Because all I need now is a big tall chocolate milk. And I would be in heaven. But yeah. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you learned something today. Don't be afraid to cook. If you screw up, it's not the end of the world. You just try again. And you'll get better and better and better. Don't be afraid of it. Right? So, gonna be doing some more fishing this week. Just waiting for the wind to die down. 40 mile an hour is a little difficult. And when it does, I'll be out there. But until then, happy cooking. I love ya. Make sure to subscribe. We'll see you next time on No Coast Hang. Did this go 3 for 3?
Try it over here.